Atma Namaste, Greg. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
Good, thanks. Question regarding general cleaning. General cleaning when we do for our health rays and straighten
Mhm.
them, clean them. One technique that I am aware of is obviously pranic healing, general cleaning.
Sure.
And is there anything else that you suggest to do that? Or sometimes when I'm
Yeah.
outside, for example, I just think that all my health rays are getting straightened and they're cleansed and all dirty energies they're going deep down into the core of Mother Earth and further disintegrated and disposed of appropriately. Does it equally work, or what are your thoughts?
It depends on how like kind of strong the will and the intention is when you do that. It's good to do it with the breath and visualize like white coming in through the pores of your skin, going deep, because you have outer health rays and you have inner health rays. And a lot of times when we focus on the health rays, even in healing, a lot of times we're hitting the outer health rays, but we're not really hitting those inner health rays. The inner health rays go from the skin all the way down to the bones. And so you can do a visualization where as you inhale, you're visualizing white light going in, and you just put your attention on the bones of whatever area you're working. And then as you exhale not just out, but about 2 feet out from the skin to help move energy, out through the health rays. And so that kind of hits the inner and the outer. Essential oil wise, we do have a blend called Health Rays that really hits more of the outer health rays. And then we can use single oils for the inner health rays. But single oil wise is like things like basil and coffee and petitgrain, things of this nature. Even lavender will have a little bit of an impact on the inner health rays. And the outer health rays, the best one for the outer health rays is probably helichrysum, but we also made a blend called Health Rays that helps to clean out the outer health rays. And one of the things with the health rays, for those that are not aware of health rays, there are these little perpendicular, like you could call them channels or tubes that come out of your body from the pores of your skin, and they extend outward out a few feet. And it is tied to your body's ability to absorb energy and expel energy off, like old, dirty, used up, stagnant energy. And usually when we have some sort of health issue, like a compromised part of the body, arthritis, things like of this nature, these areas, these health rays are a bit compromised. They're like congested, they could be droopy, they could get entangled, they could shorten, or all of the above, right? And so your body's ability to draw in energy from the environment and to draw in life force and to move energy through that area becomes very, very compromised. And so one of the ways to accelerate healing in a particular area is to straighten out the health rays. And if you look at it deeper, it is the energetic component to detoxifying the body, like detoxifying the organs, the skin, the muscle, the fascia, the tissue, but also it's tied to detoxifying you emotionally. Like it does mentally too, but probably impacts the emotions more than it impacts the mind. But by going through and really opening up the health rays, you can really let go of a lot of lower emotions, especially the inner health rays. A lot of times when we have issues with like anger or irritation, frustration, there is a physiological component, there's a psychological component. Energetically, it's usually very congested or entangled health rays. And so by going through and opening these things up, it allows for energy to flow. It allows for those emotions to displace and higher vibration energies to come in, or to at least be transmuted. And it keeps the emotions from building up. Like, so if you have issues with anger, if you have issues with irritation, frustration, all of these, part of the issue is the condition of the health rays. And so over the next couple months, we're going to be looking at different parts of the energetic anatomy and going much deeper than just this is what it is and it's what it mechanically does, is like really take it to the extreme, treat it as deeply as you can with that part of the energetic anatomy, so that when it comes time to treat a system or to treat a symptom, it becomes much easier to treat. And so one of the things that we used to do in the early days when we were training as therapists is we would take one component of like physical anatomy or energetic anatomy, and we would try to heal as much as we could, only using that piece of the anatomy or that physiology or that part of the energy anatomy. And that way you really got a deep understanding of what that piece of energy anatomy does. So like you take the idea of health rays, and it's just like you would have a bunch of subjects that were like kind of people that we would do experiments on. And it was like, whatever the health issue, like, let's only use the treating the health rays and treating them very intensely to see the impact it has on this condition, right? And so we would do inner and outer health rays. And then another one, we'd only do work on cutting and cleaning cords. And then another one, only cleaning the spine. And then another one, only working with the protective webs, for example. And we would do that with physiological things as well. And then we'd go through and we'd document like what things worked and what things didn't work. And you could really see a pattern that like when you worked a piece of the energetic anatomy or a piece of the physiology, how well did it treat these other conditions? So you really had a deep understanding of the anatomy, the effects of the physiology or the effects of the energy body, and just how much that part of the energy anatomy impacted, your body, your emotions, your mind, all of these things. And so we'll be exploring that in the Phoenix technique, the Metatron healing technique. And in December, we're doing treatment of like anger and anxiety and things of this nature. And it's a fusion of energy anatomy, physiology, psychology, and a little bit of a different approach on how to go through and address these things. So, yeah. The other thing that you can use to treat health rays to open them up are the oils that we talked about, but also royal jelly, that you get from bees. You mix it with some honey. Sometimes you can always buy it already mixed, but if you get some royal jelly and take that internally, that also helps to open up the health rays. Yeah.
Thank you. So I've got Astara's, I've got the lavender oil. So is it just applying or is it smelling?
Either way, you can inhale it, you can take it in a salt bath, like a pound of salt in water. You could also diffuse it in the air. You could put several drops on your wrist or on a particular part of your body that you might be trying to treat. And like, for example, the health rays down at the lower part of your body, like from the knee down, tend to be maybe more congested than other places. Is you could rub some lavender on the soles of your feet and the tops of your feet and even on your shins a little bit. It will help to rapidly clean the energy body.
Thank you so much for that.
You're so welcome. Good talking with you.
And then